I think he's the most important player on our team, and I think he's the best player in baseball. I know that's a strong statement, but I feel that way.
Yeah.
I love everything about him, his attitude. I know people are mad that he's playing shortstop, but he's playing shortstop because that's what he feels our team needs from him. And as always, this episode is presented by Legends Attic.
We do have our event coming up May 30th, but beyond that, we are going to be all going to Fanatic Fest in New York, June 20th to the 22nd. So that's going to be super exciting. We'll give some details on that to follow.
And we hope we see you Friday at Legends Attic for their event featuring Joe Davis.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk to him.
Me too. Lots of cool guests coming, so we'll see you there.
Now to the episode.
I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me. Dongle, dongle, dongle.
Oh, man.
Remember the weeks that we weren't laughing? We're making up for it.
But Gio just told him about something and he used another terminology. And in my mind, I'm like, there's so many weird names for these things.
What? There's another weird name I don't know of? What is it?
Fresnel.
Oh, Fresnel.
Fresnel? Oh, that's not as funny as dongle.
Yeah. Well, we're
Try
back.
and say dongle without laughing.
Dongle.
Okay, guys. You're both smiling and trying. You are trying so hard not to smile.
Dongle.
Say it again.
It is hard.
Did your parents ever do the thing when you were being a brat and they'd be like, don't smile. Don't smile.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Okay, so you do want to know my fun facts?
Yeah, let's start off with your fun facts.
Okay. So, 1, did you know that Alex Vesia used to ride unicycles?
Wow. A lot of core strength for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was listening to this interview and baseball players were saying their hidden talent, and he said his was riding unicycles.
Wow.
Mickey Rowe said his hidden talent is playing ping pong.
I don't know. Is that a hidden? Why is that so hidden?
I don't know.
Maybe because they didn't expect him to play ping pong? Did Kersh have his ping pong
I don't know, but we need to
ping pong challenge?
go and play.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
We really need to practice.
Well, maybe we can hang out with Miggy and get some pointers.
Good point.
Yeah.
Did you see the Dairy Queen commercial that Francisco Lindor and Dansby Swanson are in?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good. Have you seen it, Adam?
I haven't.
You really?
Besides that one, what about that other commercial that has Teo, Blake Trinan?
I think it's really funny.
It's hilarious. It's so good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. They had Bonda. I don't know who else it had.
Yep. Zach Gallen said that Freddie Freeman is one of the hitters he likes facing the least because of how good he is. And he said that Freddie thinks along with the pitcher. And he said players like that, like a Bryce Harper was another one he named, like really smart players that think along with the pitcher. I thought that was cool.
That reminds me of Kirby Yates when he told us that Freddie's probably the hardest person to pitch to.
Mm-hmm. And he's ours. Griffin Canning grew up in SoCal, an Angels fan, and when he went to college, he wore number 55 in honor of our friend Oral Hershiser.
I love that. Where does he play now?
Did we just face him on the Mets?
I
Adam?
don't know. We'll have to check that. Well, that's sweet. So he grew up here and his hero was
one more. Lawrence Butler, another player I liked. They were asking players their favorite ball field, and he said Dodger Stadium. And he said, because he was just there playing at Dodger Stadium, he's on the Athletics. He said when he heard the Freddie chants, he felt like he was in a movie.
Oh.
I really liked that.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's like, I got to give it to Dodger Stadium. And he's like, those Freddie chants, I've never heard anything like it. And I grew up a Braves fan watching Freddie on the Braves. He said, I walked into Dodger Stadium. He went up to bat. I felt I was in a movie.
I can't believe Freddie was on the Braves longer than he's on the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Way longer.
Don't me.
I thought in my head it was the opposite.
Oh, no. I just thought that's crazy because it's so interesting when you think of it. Like, maybe I'm only thinking of it as Freddie as a Dodger because of it's my team. But, like, will his legacy? I mean, I know people will remember those days, but will he mostly be known for this?
I think that's a question he'll have to figure out when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. What jersey is he wearing? Because now, how do you not think of Freddie in the Grand Slam?
I know.
He has to be in a Dodgers jersey.
I know.
And with that, welcome back to Talk Dodgers to Me. I am Melissa Meyer.
And I'm Jacqueline Ruiz.
And Freddie is a Dodger for life, just like Clayton Kershaw, who's pitching right now.
I know. Kersh, it was so good to see him. Well, actually, the second outing, I didn't know when they played the Mets, like, they don't air the games normally. So I was like scrambling to see Kersh on Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
I guess I never realized.
Well, I guess when they play on Apple, it's like blacked out on other networks.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like my parents always have it on.
Did you rip up the piece of paper you wrote my Apple username and password on?
Yes. So I'm like, I finally scrambled and you're like, here, because Marcel was away. He was in New Jersey, your hometown. And I was like, babe, I need your Apple password. Like, and everything he gave me was not the Apple password. But you're so funny. You're like, just make sure. I'm like, it's not your credit card.
Well, I called you so that I didn't have to send it through a message because who knows who's looking at our phones. And then you write it down and who knows where that piece of paper is.
I threw it away to honor you.
Did you like my password?
Yeah.
It's a motivational message to myself.
There's nothing left. I've stolen all of the things that she has. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's the only password you don't know.
I'm sure I could try a few that I have already.
If I said it was a motivational something, what would you think it is?
You go, girl.
No.
You go, girl, too.
No again.
Those were great fun facts. Thanks for that. Mm-hmm. Where'd you like pick those up? Or were you just
listening to the games? Random clicking around YouTube?
Our boys didn't do too well against the Mets.
I know.
We got one game out of them.
Oh, my family group chat. They were my uncle goes, Melissa, we love you, but, and starts sending me Mr. Met, like waving. Like, bye, Dodgers. Sorry, we won the series. I'm like, ugh, wait till they come to Dodger Stadium.
I know. Which they're coming.
We're about to see them a lot. And we're about to see the Yankees.
I'm
World
really
Series
excited.
matchup.
I know.
Let's see how Aaron Judge does catching those balls in the outfield.
I mean, the center fielder for Cleveland yesterday? I was like, well, he just took a page out of Aaron Judge's book. That was kind of embarrassing.
Isn't it interesting how after that happened, I don't feel like Aaron Judge is being affected at all by that. Like no one's talking about it anymore. They kind of just let it go because he's amazing.
He's an amazing player.
But
yeah. But I mean, I talked about it before.
Did they just forgive him?
Unimpressed. I think the Juan Soto thing, them leaving and like people staying, especially good players like that, I feel like the loyalty was proven to the Yankee fans.
I mean, he's also like one of those guys that is so good. That was his first error. So maybe they're just giving him some grace, which is just interesting because Yankee fans are so intense that normally I would think if it was anyone else, they wouldn't let it go so easily.
But his first error. That was his first error?
Last season.
Well, yeah. Well, I know not in life, but... Oh, man. He's a California boy. Do you think he'd ever come to the Dodgers?
No. He's a Yankee for life. He's in NorCal. I think he grew up a Giants fan.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so we're starting to talk about Kershaw. Let's talk about that crazy rain delay game.
Yeah, it was on the second inning, right?
Kersh pitched 3 scoreless innings.
Oh, it was
and he
after
was
the
looking
third.
really good.
I thought they only got 2 in and then it was rain delay.
And it was such
3.
a bummer because he was performing so well. But both of the starting pitchers got taken out because they were waiting around for like an hour and a half, I think.
Mm-hmm. I know. I was excited. That was Friday, right?
I don't know the days.
I know, but I think that was the Apple TV one where I missed his start. And then by the time I got it on, it was a rain delay.
Oh, you're right.
And then it was just like, and then I didn't get to see him back.
You're right. It was my dance class day.
Oh, yeah. But
Forgot to show you guys my dance moves.
I was so frustrated because I wanted to see him pitch and I couldn't get it on. And then the rain happened and then he didn't come back. But how did you think he did? You got to see him?
I thought he was great. I thought he looked really good.
Yeah. And us watching him today, he's getting his momentum. I'm very happy with his pitching for right now. I think it's exactly what we need. I mean, his pitching count, his strikeouts right now.
Did he get another strikeout today?
Oh, I don't know. Then it went up.
Adam?
As of
29? Do you ever
Yeah.
watch New Girl?
yeah, at your house the other day.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Top 6, Kershaw, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits given up, 1 run, 1 ERA, 2 base on balls, and 3 strikeouts.
Okay, so we're at 970,
26
4?
strikeouts to 3,000.
26 strikeouts more.
Good math on the fly there.
-3, real tough.
But I feel like how many games? I mean, okay, so then if you averaged, I don't know how many times he's in pitch. How many games do you think that's going to take, give or take? On like
Don't ask Adam.
I know on like a
Adam said
ha-ha.
it's going to take him years.
I think it will take Clayton Kershaw probably another 8 to 9 starts, probably.
Okay.
Is
Interesting.
my guess.
Let's go with 8 because Kobe. 8 more starts and he's going to get it. He's amazing. Honestly, I'm glad he's back.
Me too.
Even today, it's like I just love his poise. Not to talk crap about anyone else because it's not about that, but I just noticed like he really is just so poised and I really like that energy behind the plate. I mean, I love May. May's been doing amazing too. And I think, but he is so emotional. He just shows so much emotion.
I'm taking my shoes off and getting comfortable
Okay.
because,
I should say he could do it in 5. Like,
Okay.
he is a strikeout pitcher. That's not, but given where he's at his career, he just does. Maybe his stuff isn't quite up to snuff yet to be able to get 7 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 9
Totally.
strikeouts. And
guys,
it's like,
I feel like he's
we're
getting
not
momentum.
like ignorant to the fact that he's not the same pitcher that he's been his whole career, but he is still really good. And the fact that he's making adjustments for who he is now, and I think he's each time he's performing better and better and gaining more control and command.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really happy for him.
Totally. No, I was asking him not to like make a ha-ha really because I'm curious. Like, I mean, to me, I'm like, next week he's going to complete it, but I'm
know.
curious, like, just like the reality of what that would kind of look like.
I want to be there.
I know. That would be really fun to be there.
I was there for his 200th win when he walked off the field and like roared. And I swear he did it like directly at me. And I was just like standing there in awe. It's a moment I won't forget. And it's one that I didn't have my phone out like everybody else in the crowd to just like take it in. So it's like just embedded in my head.
And he stared just at you.
Well, in my direction.
Yeah.
So much so that it like caught me off guard. Because you rarely see him get that excited.
Yeah. That's fun. No, that'd be fun to be there for that for sure.
Mm-hmm. But there was some crazy stuff that happened that game. One, there was like, I hate when like the two players are running and they're not really communicating and they're only looking at the ball and then they like run into each other. I mean, I don't like it when it's our team, but the right fielder and the center fielder both went for the ball and they bobbled it. And as soon as Conforto saw it get in the glove, he started running. Mm-hmm. But then he bobbled it. And so everyone thought he was out. But he ended up being safe. And that's a rule I never heard of.
Mm-hmm. There were so many weird rules.
And then there was another thing with Muncy apparently blocking the view of the runner, which sucked because Teo made an amazing throw to get the guy at home. And he was out. And then they overturned it.
So do they just not overturn things like that? Like they don't challenge those plays? Because when you look back, Muncy's nowhere near
It wasn't allowed to be challenged.
Interesting.
And then the Mets made a similar play, and our entire dugout, including Dino Ebel, was like, that's exactly what happened, and you just called Muncy out on it and aren't doing it. It was just a whole game of weirdness. Even Kodai Senga, I don't know if it was the same game or the game after, he had to switch his glove because they said his glove was too light of a color and matched the ball. I've never heard of that either.
But I looked it up and the glove was blue.
Can you look that up for us, Adam? The glove situation?
Sure.
Thanks.
We got all hands on deck here. We got Legends Addict 1 year and huge event coming up on Friday. So many people are in and out just planning. We're so excited.
Yeah,
excited.
I can't wait for Friday. I can't wait to meet everyone that's coming. And then Dodgers Yankees, baby.
Dodgers Yankees this weekend. We're going?
We're going. Don't know how, but we're going.
Yeah.
It looked like Coda was using a light gray glove, and the umpires can tell a pitcher to, swap out their gloves if they think that it gives an unfair advantage to the pitcher, right? So like part of what a pitcher does is they try to hide the ball for as long as possible. They can't use a glove in order to enhance their ability to hide the ball.
Interesting. Yeah, I was having a hard time finding a video clip that showed the glove, but I watched a clip where Carlos Mendoza, the Mets manager, was like, listen, I would have done the same thing if I was Dave Roberts, because Dave Roberts pointed it out.
What has something happened amongst our umpires? Is there like where they're being more stickler?
Well, I know that there's just been a couple things that have happened with the umpires that a lot of players or people in baseball are saying, like, the umpires need to stop wanting the attention. Like if they're coming out of from behind, home plate and like making a scene, that's not what we want in baseball. So like the umpires need to realize it's not about them. And I just think a couple things have happened right after one another that kind of, I don't know, I guess is emphasizing that.
Yeah. It's like, stay in your lane. You get the third strike. Be crazy on your third strike.
Because that thing with Bueller happened. And yeah, Bueller was in the wrong for mouthing off to the umpire, but the umpire made it a bigger deal than it really was. And if you watched the pitch, it was a perfect strike. Speaking of strikes, Tony Gonsolin was having a hard time throwing strikes for his outing.
Meow.
Meow.
He was kind of struggling a little.
It was tough to watch.
What game was that one? Sunday?
Was that after Kersh? Well, he was struggling, and I think it was the fourth inning that he loaded the bases, let up a couple runs, and walked two guys through 8 balls in a row. And I thought they were going to take him out, and they weren't. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
What? Sorry.
Well,
I was looking at
reason number 100 that Adam doesn't listen to us. Watches videos in the background.
I'm trying to keep track of the Dodger game for you, and an ad played.
Oh, good save.
Kick, save, and a butte.
Any updates?
3-1 Dodgers.
Yeah, love to hear it.
Freddie hit a RBI double. And
yeah, he did.
Mookie scored on.
Guys, we are RBI kings right now, and I'm here for it. RBI. Muncy, really good on the RBI. My guy, Pajes, RBI. Like, I'm here for it.
I know.
It's so cool. I love it.
Okay, let's talk about that for a little, and we'll get back to meow.
Okay.
I love that about our team. I love the small ball. I love that, Shohei's hitting a homer every game, leading in homers, 20.
Fun fact, 75 games, he hit 20 home runs in 75 and 24. This year, he's at 20, and it's 55 games. He is like, they're saying he's on a power surge.
Maybe he'll hit 60.
I'm thinking a 60-60. Except then I looked up his stolen bases, and he only has 11 stolen bases, so that one will be a little harder.
Do you think he's not stealing as much because he got injured stealing last season? Like, he's a little hesitant?
Do you feel? I don't know if I've watched him. Then I thought he was hesitant. Do you?
Or maybe he's hitting so many home runs that he's not on base to steal.
Well, he's smart about it. And I'm sure people are like very on top of him this season. I don't know. We do really well at stealing.
Muncy stole yesterday. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. And Chella. Because, we talked about Muncy and she was really mad at him for a while. And I was trying to explain kind of what he does for us. And I felt like yesterday, his first at-bat was the perfect example of who he is on the Dodgers. And he's also just someone that knows his role. Yeah, he walks, strikes out, or hits a home run. That's kind of his MO. But, he racks up the pitch count, allows the batters behind him to watch the pitcher throw more. He got a walk. He stole second. And then Andy got a single and Muncy scored. So because he walked, he scores a run. And that's kind of like who he is for us.
No, and that's great. I want him to be who he is.
And then he hit a 3-run homer.
Yeah.
Go Muncy.
Totally. And I feel like people are happy for him. People miss the bat flip. Like people miss, I want him to be on fire.
He's one of my favorites to watch when he hits a home run because he knows the second the ball hits the bat and he just like drops the bat, looks at it and is just like, yeah.
I can just tell though that it's like, he's really like, he's in his mind of like, like he put himself in this, he stole a base. He pushes it to steal a base so that he puts himself in that position and he's doing everything he can to analytically, like all the things that he's supposed to do, but I also kind of miss him just being effortless. I can tell there's like, it's on his mind.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that, but it's getting there. I mean, it really is. He was running around
you mean
the bases.
Like he's trying a little hard?
Well, not trying hard, but really thinking about it and being intentional. It's like, okay, if I do this, then this is what I need to do. And it's like, fine, but it's like, I can tell he's like, his mind is just going, which is fine. I just want him to be able to get to a point where he's a little more relaxed.
Yeah, I think he's on his way there.
Totally.
But I think you're right. He's kind of going through what he needs to get to that place.
Yeah.
He just wants, you can tell he just really wants to help the team.
Yeah, I had read that he is frustrated with his defense but he's talking about it and he's working through it, and that's really all you can do, Yeah, I'm happy for him. He's coming. He's being consistent.
Yeah.
Everyone makes errors.
I do think he's making more defensive errors than I feel like I've seen him in the past, but maybe that is because he wants it so bad,
Yeah. It's like you're going over the scenario so much, but it's like sometimes the best part of those things is like when it starts to just feel fluid and it happens and you don't even, it's like so second nature. And he obviously has that.
And that's where every baseball player wants to be, but that's the hardest place to stay. Feeling relaxed and present when you're at bat, not thinking of a million things. So I think like that's the journey for a baseball player.
Totally.
Getting to that place.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone on our team right now is in that place?
Shohei. He's so calm.
I know.
I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't make errors in all of them, but it's like, I think Freddie defensively, like, I mean, they're making him just scoop balls in here and there, but like, he's very locked in. I really see it from Freddie. But
it's crazy. Even when I think he's so locked in, you hear him in an interview and he's like, yeah, not there yet. I'm like, how?
I could see how he would think he's not there yet.
Yeah.
But no, I feel from his fielding, I feel very effortless energy from him. And like, he's very like, I feel that from him. Shohei at the plate, I'm like, it's just this, like, you could tell he's at ease. He just has seen it and it's there. And it's like, oh, that's like the best feeling.
I mean, 2 games in a row, homer right off the bat to start the game. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Last night too. I just love watching him. And I was on the phone with my aunt, who's a big Mets fan, the other day. And she always kind of gets a little mad at Shohei because he won MVP and she thinks that Lindor should have won last season and thinks it's unfair because Shohei is not playing defense. He's only a DH. But I'm like, but watch him. Look at the numbers he's putting up. He's just a DH, but he's not just a DH with all that he's doing.
I know, it's so funny because I follow this Facebook group, and this one was like a full MLB one, not just a Dodger one. And they said like they made a post. It was like, who's your most hated player, or like what player do you guys hate the most? And like, so there's like the obviouses of like Altuve got a lot, Tatis, Machado, like those are heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just Dodger fans. This is like everybody MLB. A lot of Shohei and Freddie.
No.
I'm like, you guys are now just being haters on that sense, because them as human beings.
That's crazy.
Because I'm not like, I don't think people are hating on Altuve, Tatis, and Machado because they're bad players on the field. They're hating them because of their energy behind it, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Shohei, I'm like, what? No. You watch every video of Freddie and he just like gets emotional because of how passionate he is either about the game, his family, like something amazing. Like, how do you, like, I mean, the comments are just like, oh, Freddie, like, oh my gosh. Like, everyone just loves him. Like, oh my gosh, Shohei, like Shohei. And I'm just
that's just people that are hating on how good they are and that they are good against their team.
Yeah, well, yeah. Isn't that crazy though?
But that's also annoying because, yeah, sure, hate that they're really good, but those are two players, just like Aaron Judge we were talking about, who like you have to respect how good they are and how good of human beings they are.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's like so out of left field, because it's like,
all right, screw you people commenting behind your computers.
I mean, there's other ones like Bryce Harper here and there and things like that. I'm like, you guys are really just like, you guys just don't like good players because...
Yeah, and those are all stand-up guys and really talented players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, back to meow.
Okay, go for it.
It was interesting that, the Dodgers weren't taking him out, and I'm like, oh, this poor guy. He's struggling so bad, but the Dodgers needed him. They needed length. We can't stop using every reliever. He did get out of that fourth inning, let up some runs, came back and only threw strikes.
That's one thing Muncy said, that his biggest, his focus is to help the bullpen too.
Wow.
I know. So I know.
What did he say about that? That's interesting. I wonder just like how he feels he can help the bullpen, just by scoring.
I think by scoring and getting himself in scoring position and getting on base and helping like it move along and things like that, which is why I love Pages, because he just is like, he always keeps the train going. I'm just so proud of him. I think he's such a great player. He's been really fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's been really fun to watch this season.
He's your favorite.
He keeps coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just consistent.
No, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's another player that when he's up to bat, I'm like, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been so consistent.
And now he's in left.
Yeah, he's playing left field today.
Yeah. But I'm really impressed by him.
Oh, and then it was very interesting to see that we sent Sauer down.
Your guy.
Called up Bobby Miller.
I thought his name was Saucer.
Well, we keep calling him that, but his actual name is...
Saucy.
Matt Sauer, a.k.a. Saucy. So they sent down Saucy. And listen, we're just sending guys down, calling them up, because you can only have a 40-man roster. And a lot of people were like, why are they sending Saucer down? He's doing really well. It's only to make room for bringing someone else up because Saucy just played. Well, I just called him like 3 different names right there.
This is a perfect transition into, rushing. You want to talk about rushing?
Oh, well, I wasn't done.
Oh, go ahead.
Because we called up Bobby Miller, who, man, I have really high hopes for Bobby Miller, and I hope that he pulls it together. I feel like he's really struggling mentally. And the Dodgers, I think, thought that he would be better or more ready to pitch in the major leagues by now, but he just really hasn't had a good outing, and he let up a lot of runs, and he really was struggling. But you can tell even when you watch him, he's so in his head. Mm-hmm. So I'm just wondering who's going to say something to him or what's going to happen to kind of make it click for him. Because when it does, and we've seen it before.
We've seen it, yeah.
He has the potential to be really, really good.
Yeah. I know. Poor guy.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. I mean, it is. It's such a mental game, but I also, they've been playing baseball since they were little. And there's like a lot of different phases. High school, that could be mental. I'm sure they had a mental down. And it's like they've made it so far. Sometimes it's hard because it's like, isn't there a cure to this yet? Like,
what do you mean a cure?
Like, haven't we figured out
To
how
what?
to? I mean, anything. I don't know. I mean, I know they're just human, but it's like when they feel themselves getting into a mental slump or it becomes hard. Like,
I think if we all knew a cure,
yeah, I know.
things would be a lot different for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, that's also what makes baseball interesting. And for the diehard baseball fans that enjoy the game and don't find it slow or boring or anything that non-baseball fans talk about, that's part of it, watching players and seeing where they're at in that moment and watching them slump and then come out of it and get fired up.
I know.
I love the ups and downs. More the ups.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, when I was playing and I would get into slumps and it's like, even my parents or my mom would be like, I mean, can't you just hit? Like, just hit. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like, but I also feel like going through, do they have a sports psychologist?
Definitely.
That'd be an interesting person to talk to.
Yeah, that would be really cool. When
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader, I was pretty superstitious. There were things that I had to do before each start when we would perform. And if I didn't do it, I would be crazy in the head.
Interesting.
Because I used to do, my tumbling pass was a full, so I would have to do this twisting thing every time, like 3 times. We also all held hands and like said a prayer together, like a cheerleading prayer. And one of my coaches would have to like hold my hands and say this one thing to me every time. And if she wasn't there or if something went wrong, like I would be crazy.
Well,
I just remembered that. I haven't thought of my cheerleading days in a while.
what was I saying?
I don't know, but I think Adam was going to tell us something.
Oh,
I was going to say, if you had the sports psychologist on, the team psychologist, you'd be like, tell me all their secrets. Spill it.
well, no, it's very interesting because when I did work with UCLA softball,
would.
they have a sports psychologist there and stuff. And it was just very interesting to hear the back ends on that. I mean, down to like the music they listened to before. And like, there's just so many different things and it's helpful. It's so helpful for them. I see the girls like really thriving and like just so grateful to this person who just kind of helps them stay mentally put together. And I'm just curious because I'm sure the more and more, I mean, yeah, it's so much pressure. I just feel so bad.
I think it's a reason why I love baseball so much. I love psychology. I have a psychology degree. I've always loved learning about people and why they are the way they are. And baseball has so much of that in it. And the mental aspect is so important to the game. I think that's one of the reasons why I really connect with it.
Yeah.
And I learn a lot from them. I love listening to their mindsets. And that's one of the things I would ask a sports psychologist. And I love listening to someone like Mookie who talks about how much he pumps himself up in his own head and how important that is. And then you hear other pitchers who talk about how all the negative, hateful things they say to themselves and like that pumps them up.
Wow.
Yeah. People are interesting.
People are interesting.
Is that what we were saying before?
People are so interesting.
I'm trying to move my coffee mug so that the Talk Dodgers to me is on the outside.
Yamamoto.
We heard he doesn't like being called Yoshi.
So let's go with Yosh.
I think it's too close. We have to try Yama.
Yeah. Yama? Why do we have to have a nickname?
I like it.
I know.
Yama or Moto?
Or just Yamamoto.
Yoshinobu.
It'll flow.
Nobu?
Nobu?
Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Does he have a middle name?
Anyway.
Do we know his dog's name?
Does he have a dog? Oh, yeah, he rescued one. No, all I remember from that is Ohtani playing with him and Decoy.
Cute. You think they have play dates?
I mean, Ohtani says hi to every dog at every stadium.
I
and
know.
I really feel like that's what I would probably do. A lot.
It's so sweet.
It's really sweet. It says a lot. How do you hate somebody like that?
I know.
It's just-
Who are those people? I want to comment back at them.
I mean, I'll send you the Facebook group. Yeah, I know. It's more just interesting. Sometimes I look at the comments just to kind of see what people are kind of saying and things like that. And like,
where?
On these groups in Facebook.
Oh, what kind of groups?
Well, I mean,
Dodger fan groups?
like Dodger Nation I follow, but there's like a lot of comments and things. And it's just to hear what fans are saying about everything. I'm just kind of curious.
Ooh.
But then there's one for MLB, and that's like where they do other ones like that, where it's like, who's your most hated player? And I was just very surprised on the amount of Ohtani and...
That's just stupid.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to that because those are soul haters.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I'm not paying attention, but it's just like, God.
Lame.
Yeah, I don't think I feel that way when there's another good player on a different team. I mean...
We respect them.
Yeah, if they're annoying, then they're annoying. But these two guys aren't really that annoying. They
Not
like
at all.
Stay to themselves. They like... I know, it's so funny. Okay, the Cleveland... You guys were talking about shadows at Dodger Stadium. Did you guys see the shadow over home plate when Ohtani was up and hit the home run? It is like
I didn't notice.
It's like dark. It's I'm not kidding. It's so dark. And they even said like through the shadows and blah, 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 like Ohtani still like sees the ball. And I was like, wow, that is a shadow. It is like a full just shade. Yeah, it was very
I didn't
interesting.
notice. But another reason why Shohei's amazing.
Mm-hmm. You know who's been pretty quiet?
Who?
Tommy.
You're right.
Not so much. See, I don't really feel so much like slumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Just quiet.
Yeah. You think he's just kind of getting in his groove after being on the IL for a little bit? I mean, he came back and was kind of helping us immediately. So you're right. He's just a little quiet right now.
It's like he's not.
You know what? He's letting some of the other guys shine. He's letting Muncy shine. He's letting Pages shine. Will Smith is shining bright for everybody.
Will Smith.
Okay. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Okay.
He right now is leading the
Really
MLB.
quick, though, we talk about Will Smith every episode like this. And
Okay, but that's not always because last season he wasn't playing this well.
Well, that's fine. That it wasn't here last season. I'm saying
True.
us. I'm really happy to be able to talk about him like this every episode because it's just like it's like another Andy. He's really enjoyable to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's so he's so athletic.
He
honestly.
really is. He's so good. I think he's the best catcher in baseball.
But really quick, that's what I was going to say about Yoshi.
What?
Sorry, I know you don't like it, but it's just like
We're not sure. One of our followers commented and said, "Can you guys ask Oral if Yoshi prefers a different name?"
yeah. Let's ask him where Chef Tatsu.
Oh yeah, let's ask Chef Tetsu.
Tetsu. Man, I'm really bad at names. Sorry, guys.
Where is Chef Tetsu right now?
I don't.
He's in Turkey or
He has a really cool life.
Really cool life.
Yeah.
Did we even? In case we didn't explain exactly what he does now, he used to be the main chef at Spago for years and years and years, and now I don't know exactly what his title would be, but he goes to Wolfgang Puck's restaurants all over the world. And like when they open and helps them get started and then checks in on them. So he's constantly traveling, eating amazing food, checking in on all the Wolfgang Puck restaurants.
I mean, it's amazing. I messaged him the other day because he filmed this cat literally carrying a full fish, and he carried it and it's walking and it's walking and it's walking. And he's like every video, he's just following this cat carrying a fish, walking by other chefs.
I know.
And then all of a sudden it goes in it. And then it's just a bunch of little kitten heads coming out. And he like the cat was taking his, I mean, could you imagine living there? Even the cats get fed fresh fish. Like, anyway, I would like messaged him and I was just like, what an ending. But yeah, we should ask.
We will ask. He's actually the perfect person to ask because they're friends.
The athletic, like he's so athletic, that play at first.
That was amazing.
It was amazing. And
it also was so smart because sometimes the pitcher's going to want to throw it to the guy at first, but he knew that he needed to take that play and he tagged him and it was really good.
So fast.
He was really fast. Every time anything like that happens, I'm like, I don't want them to get hurt.
I know, but he honestly had such good composure of himself that it was such an athletic play that that is one time I didn't really feel that way, but I know it's like,
he's just been amazing to watch this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's just been on fire.
Okay. Go back to Smith.
Oh, okay. Will Smith has the highest batting average in the MLB with runners in scoring position. He's in the 400s.
Interesting.
And I was going to explain to everyone just in case, because I didn't really know when you hear people talk about the stats I think since starting the podcast last season, I've learned a lot about that kind of stuff and how to understand all the numbers. So basically, if you're hitting 300, you're really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're hitting below 300, it's kind of like below average, or above, you're amazing. And Will Smith is hitting 470 something, and Teo is number 2. And then I wrote down the other ones. So it's Nick Horner, Carson Kelly, Nico Horner, Carson Kelly, and then Freddie. But what's crazy and explains how hard baseball is, if you're hitting 300, you're hitting the ball 30% of the time. And you're really, really good.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. How did I do, Adam? Explaining that.
Yeah, I mean, talking about these numbers can get somewhat complicated just because of how much analytics are in the game now. Getting a hit, 30%, yeah, you're in the Hall of Fame. That MLB average is something like 240 across the league.
Freddie is above average every year. Like his whole career will be above 300, which is crazy.
If you look at the numbers, the numbers have actually gone down quite a bit over the past 15, 20 years. There are other numbers that people would say are more suggestive of how good a player is now than batting average. Batting average is sort of a basic stat.
OPS?
OPS, on base plus slugging, is a clearer number of like how valuable a player is offensively and just how they perform at the plate.
Wow. But Will Smith is crushing it, and I'm really happy for him.
Yeah. I read, though, let me look for the 20. Is Ohtani tied with Cody Bellinger still for most home runs before June in Dodger history?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So Shohei's at 20 for 2025. Cody Bellinger is at 20 on 2019. That in 2019.
How's Cody Bellinger doing on the Yankees?
I have no idea.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I haven't heard anything about him.
I've honestly not really heard much about the Yankees.
How do you feel about Chris Taylor going over to the Angels?
Sad and different. I don't know. I think I know it was at the end of his career for us. I get it. Kind of. But I don't really think I don't really want.
We still owe him $14 million.
I see. And that's the thing is I think he would come in, and although your theory of not playing that often it's like he would come in and he'd get us a double, and he never didn't not do anything.
True.
I know he wasn't who he was.
The last couple of years, the amount of strikeouts has been insane. I honestly feel happy for him. I feel like this was the best case scenario. He gets to live at home. He gets to play for a team that's very close by. He gets to play with Kenley Jansen again and a fresh start. And he said it was really emotional.
Yeah, I saw
what happened, but he's looking forward to a fresh start with new scenery and getting to play more often. So I really wish him the best. And he had a great catch last night.
Yeah, I totally wish him the best. I guess it could have gone either way. I don't know if I was ready to let him go, but at the same time, I know it was time. Like, there has been rough seasons, I know, but...
I know that Gavin Lux is doing really well on the Reds. So sometimes...
Really? Oh, yeah.
And even like when Adam did. Because the Reds and the Cubs just played, right?
And you know who else is doing really good? Former Dodger?
Who?
Well, he's not doing
Who
really
are you going
good.
to say, Michael Busch or something?
No. My favorite. Miguel Vargas.
Wow.
Well, I should say he did really well against the Cubs last week. His numbers aren't great, but he's on a terrible team.
He's on the White Sox. Do you remember Miguel Vargas?
Mm-hmm.
But he killed the Cubs. Oh.
Really?
I mean, the Cubs ended up sweeping him, but still, Miguel Vargas was great.
Good for him. I'm glad that you're following him.
Yeah, super
You
great.
really have a bond with him.
I want to talk to his sports psychologist.
What is it about him that made you just like really like him? Was it that picture of him looking sad when he got traded?
Probably. I always like pictures of sad people.
You can relate?
Sad Adam.
I just picture him morphing into Igor.
I just picture... Actually, no, I'm not going to continue that. That's good.
No, please.
Cody Bellinger's doing fine. I mean, it's a very average season, I would say, for him. He's batting
know.
262. He's got 8 home runs. I mean, the Yankees are best in the AL East, so he's fitting in, I suppose. But a lot of that has to do with Aaron Judge and how good he is.
Can you
So good.
tell us how the Dodgers are doing right now?
So the rest of this list, though, Raul Mondesi at 18, which I have a funny story about him. Jock Peterson, poor guy. Talk about a batting average being below average.
Yeah, I think he was the Rangers' record for
The lowest.
no hits.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got out of that.
But we got Max Muncy for 2023, 17, and Roy Campanella.
Nice.
Dodgers
1953.
4, Cleveland 1.
How do we
In
get
the
4?
Middle of the 7th.
Shohei Homer?
Enrique Hernandez
Hey.
What did he do?
scored on a wild pitch.
Oh, go Kike.
Yeah, Kike's great. He's like behind home plate, rooting for Ohtani. And
That was really cute when Shohei was pitching to hitters. And the whole team came out.
how did they choose who he pitches to?
I don't know.
Because I feel like I would just want to just try.
I know. I saw him pitching to Kim and Dalton Rushing.
I saw that Kim said that they're like, who's your best friend on the team? And then he said how he wants Ohtani and him to be better friends.
Oh, so he's working on it.
Which who wouldn't be?
That's really
And he
cute.
said that your boy James Outman was actually one of his closest because he was the one who tried to speak with him the most. I know.
He's great.
Yeah. And he got put back down, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Poor guy.
He's another one that I'm rooting for him, like Bobby Miller, because they have such potential to be really, really great players.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was funny. So yeah, how do you feel about Ohtani's pitching?
Well, it was fun to watch those videos and watch Kike like sitting on the ground, cheering him on and seeing the whole team come out to watch. He looked good. The only thing that a new thought that I've never had before is a little worried because it's almost inevitable that pitchers get injured. And when he starts to pitch, I don't want him to get injured because then we lose him as our DH too.
I know. And then if he plays in the outfield or does all the things I know he can do, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'll make the other things suffer. But ultimately it's kind of up to him.
I also trust him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even watching The Road to Glory, is that what it was? The documentary.
Mm-hmm.
When he was like, "Put me in," and he said, like, I was so honored that my coach trusted me enough to know that I wasn't saying that, like,
To still put him in.
yeah, that he knew that it wasn't like I just don't want to not play. Like he knew he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that is still a little nerve-wracking because he's putting him in while he still is injured.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have so many thoughts. I'm so torn. Yeah, of course. I can't wait to watch him pitch. That's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the stadium? Maybe it's going to be like Tokyo where everyone is just silent.
I know. I don't know what it's gonna be a lot of different emotions. Cause it's like, what if he doesn't have a good game?
I just feel like he's not going to put himself out there to be watched by the world if he's not confident about where he's at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's kind of exciting.
It is exciting.
But it was fun to see all the guys out and watching. And that's just like one thing, even when I'm like, oh, that player, it's like when they do well, like I'm excited, but it's like the way that the dugout gets excited for each and every one of their guys. Even Conforto with his home run, like Kike was right there to just like sunflower seed him up. I think that's so sweet. It's just endearing.
Conforto said that he heard Kike screaming as soon as the bat hit the ball.
Oh,
so sweet. Oh, guys, I'm wearing 23 for Conforto today because I'm just hoping that yesterday started some momentum for him. He's going to just keep going up and up and up.
Yep, I hope. following Pajes's.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on your good side.
He's not on my bad. I just, on Sunday I told him, please, if you hit right now and you do this, you will be my favorite player.
Ever? No way
For
he's
this
bumping
season.
Pajes out of his top spot.
But I was like, you'll be my favorite player. But he didn't do it. Struck out. No, he's not on my bad side. I just really want him to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But yeah, I still haven't gotten bit by the Conforto bug.
Well, hopefully yesterday
Kike helped.
started something.
Kike
What?
helped
But
me.
like honestly, what would our team do without Kike? Like today, scoring, but also just what he does on the team as a teammate, cheering everyone
Just
on.
see him on that little thing, like sliding down.
Just the best energy and pumping people up. You need that.
And then he shows up at the plate and then he like makes a good play. Yeah. I want his sports.
He goes on
psychologist.
Kevin Hart's show, Cold as Balls.
Uh-huh.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Those are always really funny.
He's really good too.
Yeah. And then Kike, a little personality. He's going to be a little actor.
He was an actor. He was on
Rookie Blue?
yeah, one of those cop shows.
Wait, Rookie Blue. Is that even a show anymore?
Maybe. Like yeah, like
Chicago PD. I don't know.
911.
The rookie.
Not to be confused with the movie with Dennis Quaid, but the cop show.
That's
The
a
Rookie.
great one.
Look at
too.
Adam right now.
I
With
know.
his headphones on, feet up, microphone in hand, Cubs hat on.
I should bring the sunglasses back.
Yeah, you haven't done that in a while.
Make a return sooner or later.
What were you laughing at back there
She said
2
doo
minutes
doo.
ago? Huh?
She said doo doo.
Okay,
When?
Joey.
When?
When they do well, I just started
When
giggling
they
because
do.
I'm a 7-year-old boy.
That reminds me of another Friends episode when Chandler's in a job interview and the interviewer keeps saying duty. And Chandler does everything in his power to not laugh. And then the interviewer is like, "Why are you laughing?" And Chandler's like, "You keep saying duty, sir." Okay, listen. Our listeners enjoyed my Friends reference last time.
Okay, we didn't say anything bad about it. Who are you defending it to?
Defending before you both can gang up on me again.
Again, I only ganged up on you because you took the wind out of my sails when I was talking about Kike Spanish.
I didn't mean it in a mean way.
Well,
you know.
said it, your tone. You got to really
Am I
work on-
turning into Adam?
I don't know what you're turning into.
Are you suggesting that I have a bad tone?
Sometimes
Yeah, we
you
all
do.
know that.
I know.
You know that.
I do. Yeah, that's definitely true.
You know what I hate and what always makes me cringe is when they foul the ball off their body, their ankle bones and stuff. I'm like, just stop. Especially Freddie. Why does he look so fragile? And he's doing
He
so
is fragile because it
But-
takes him an hour and a half to do stretches to even get on the field because he just wants to perform so well for the fans that love him.
Right, but he couldn't be that fragile because he's doing a lot of things that, like, if he was actually fragile, there's no way.
What do you think they're doing to him?
Probably a lot of just like inflammatory things, probably making sure
Like what?
everything's like not inflamed. I don't know, ice baths. I don't know. We still need to have Coach Mike give us a tour.
I just want to see the 3-floor clubhouse. Let's talk about Mookie.
Okay.
How are you feeling about Mookie? Because we haven't really talked about him. And if I were to choose my favorite player in baseball, I think it's him or Freddie. Really tough.
I go back and forth. I can't really say I have a favorite because there's so many of them that I just like.
Like all around, if you really, because, you know, people ask you that and you answer quickly, but if you were to really think about it and factor in everything, it would be those two for me. But we haven't talked about Mookie in a while. And how are you feeling about him at shortstop? Because everyone's got lots of thoughts.
I don't mind him at shortstop. I almost feel like I'm used to talking about Mookie because he always has some sort of highlighted great play, but at the same time, maybe it's become so consistent. Like he's becoming, I don't know. I think he's become even a better baseball player this season. And where it's almost like he's just getting it's like his routine plays aren't like, even though they're like amazing, he's so consistent with doing things that it's not even like this big highlighted play anymore. It's almost just Mookie Betts playing baseball. And it's amazing. I really like him. I love him behind the plate. He's not perfect. And I'm seeing a lot of emotion.
Oh, I love his emotion.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I really like him on the infield. He's making amazing plays.
I think he's the most important player on our team. And I think he's the best player in baseball. I know that's a strong statement, but I feel that way.
Yeah.
I love everything about him. His attitude. I know people are mad that he's playing shortstop, but he's playing shortstop because that's what he feels our team needs from him. And when you think about like every player and how each person sets themselves up for success, that's a huge part for him to stay engaged in the game, to keep, he's been playing for so many years. Wherever he's at, this is a challenge for him and an exciting challenge that he's excited to go and work out every day. And I read an article that someone wrote about him, comparing him to what was going on with Rafael Devers with the Red Sox and how he's not willing to move positions. And the writer was basically saying the Dodger team is the exact opposite of that. And like, that's the team I want to root for. Those are the players I want to root for. The only thing is that I wonder if he's spending so much time perfecting the shortstop position because he feels he failed last year. And it's such the Mamba mentality. He has that Kobe Mamba mentality, absolutely. But I wonder if that's taking away at all from him at the plate.
I mean, do you feel like he's lacking at the plate?
I don't know if he's like hit his stride where he's on fire yet. He's still contributing, but not maybe as much as I would think he'd be at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when you change a position and you're thriving at it and you're becoming a different player, like I do think it put him in this challenging mindset of, so maybe technically it's taking away, but it's almost like you almost have to a little bit. I'd almost rather his bat, because he is consistent. I'd almost rather him perfect it. And this will catch up because that's just his natural. So I don't know. I'm just not worried about him.
Yeah.
He's not really being quiet or loud. I mean, he's very consistent, and Mookie is like something in every game, but I don't know. I kind of like where he's at right now. He's keeping himself at bay and he's just like kind of focused in. And then there will be a time where there's this pop.
Absolutely.
But I kind of like it. And that makes sense. If he wasn't happy with what he did last season, for him to hone in on it, it might take away from batting a little right now, but I don't know. I kind of like where his mind's at. He seems very in control of what he's doing. Like, it's not like he's like, I'm really good at that, now I'm not good at this. He seems like very at an even baseline, and I like it.
I want him to be our player of the week.
You want him to be?
Yeah, I want him to be a contender, and he really hasn't been one yet.
But that's what I mean.
I guess because we haven't really been talking about him, it was making me kind of think about him and just his day-to-day. And then I read that article, and I just gave me a whole nother level of appreciation for him. But it's almost like what he does for the team and his leadership and his just consistent talent does enough.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
Where I just don't want him to get overshadowed because he is such an important part of our team. And
I don't think he will be.
I mean, he comes to the Dodgers, we win the World Series.
Yeah.
I just love him. Love you, Mookie. Can't wait to talk to you. I also just like, we listen to so many people with their thoughts and opinions on him moving to shortstop. I just want to talk to Mookie. I want to ask him about it. I want to ask him who, what, when, why, how.
I don't really hear that much backlash on him moving to short anymore. Like,
I do.
really?
Yeah.
Like, where?
Dodger talk.
Oh, are they against it, or are they saying
Everyone wants him back in right field.
interesting? Where do they want Teo?
Center?
So basically, they're saying
Or left? Andy at center.
So then Conforto out. Is that what they want?
Yep.
Interesting.
Let's do player of the week.
Okay.
Wait, let me think.
I'm just going to go with my gut.
Okay, so you got a couple on your mind.
Yeah, everyone's kind of weirdly consistent, but weirdly no one's like...
It was easy for me this week.
Really?
Yeah. All right, player of the week.
Wait. Okay, I'm going to just go with my gut. Let's do it.
Okay. Player of the week. One. I'm doing that
I'm
because
nervous.
I'm going to cut the clip like that.
Okay.
So we'll edit out me saying it 5 times. No? You're leaving them all in? You come up with your player of the week too. Okay.
Don't say it again. Oh my God.
Okay. Player of the week.
Hold on. I need to think of mine.
What?
I need to think of mine. Hold
Do you
on.
want
Okay,
me
so
to-
let's
Give me a second. Just give me a second,
let's give
all
him
right?
a second because I'm still
Because
thinking
I wasn't even prepared for this.
Not a Cub, a Dodger.
No. All right, I got mine.
Okay, ready, guys? Player of the week.
I'm not. Okay.
Ready? I can't
Are you
say.
counting down or are you counting up?
No matter what, when it's the
1,
last
2, 3.
number.
Okay, player of the
Well,
week.
if it's counting up, then who knows what the last number is?
Our listeners are going to turn it off because I've said player of the week so many times.
No. Okay.
Okay, player of the week. 1, 2, 3.
Ohtani.
Will Smith.
What'd you say?
Say a Suzuki.
We sat behind his family.
This is talk Dodgers
You're
to
always
me.
like, you don't know that.
Actually, did I tell you that I saw the same woman that we sat behind in Japan when I went to a Cubs-Dodgers game? And I was
Because
like,
it's his family.
probably.
So, okay, we can
Did
kind
you
of confirm
say
that.
hi?
then.
No.
Why?
Oh.
She didn't remember who I am. I didn't even talk to her. I sat
You
in the
were best
outfield
friends
half
with
the
her
game.
children.
No.
Her kids loved you.
Her daughter was like, who is that weird looking guy sitting behind us?
You
and she was
loved
just
it.
like, oh, a weird looking guy. I'm going to stare at him. It wasn't that she was in love with me and I didn't talk to him. You guys talked to her. I went and
Yeah.
sat in the outfield.
She told us about that really cute shopping area that we went to the next day.
I know. I am Instagram
Yeah, I saw her
friend.
walking. I saw her walking in the parking lot. We walked in together.
I wish I was with you. I
So
would have said hi.
interesting.
Was I with you?
No.
Never. Okay,
The guy I sat next to
yeah.
in the outfield, he's from Australia, and it's so fun because he always messages when I'm like at games and stuff, and he's always like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to visit!" And I'm just like, it's so fun making just friends around the world
I love it.
because of the Dodgers.
That's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
And our one friend who does the Bleed Los podcast and we met in Japan posted yesterday that he was again learning English from our podcast. That is the coolest thing ever.
All right, now they're really going to turn off the podcast because we gave the player of the week and then we didn't give the explanation. I'll give my explanation.
Good thing we can edit, Adam.
Seiya has been great for the Cubs. Unsung
This
hero.
is talk Dodgers to me.
Just giving my
We
2
didn't
cents.
even play the Cubs.
Just giving my 2 cents. But the
Can
Cubs
you pick
played,
a Dodger?
They played Miguel Vargas.
That's fine.
I want to hear your thought process because you were struggling this week. You
I
had
was
too many.
struggling. I had a lot. I mean, I'll be honest. Pages, he's just consistent, and so it's hard not to want to pick him again. He's kind of just doing it effortlessly, and I love that. Ohtani is just, I'm just in awe. Mm-hmm. I'm just not
Ohtani
sure.
was my runner-up.
Kike, even though he hasn't really necessarily done anything crazy, he's just everywhere always, and like just brings the biggest smile. And I think it's just as valuable.
See, it's our rules. Player of the week, it's our rules.
I wanted to say Kersh because I'm just so proud of him.
I know.
Like, there's a lot. It's Will Smith. I mean, at this point, I'll let Muncy be it too. Because he's been doing good too. It's like
The whole team gets player of the week.
Well, everyone's had their like ups and downs, and you see them still coming back and fighting, and very much. And even Miguel Rojas has been very quiet, and then he'll come in and he'll do something little, and he's been quiet, but he's like one of the players who's always posting after and like celebrating the wins and celebrating other players. And it's like, I love that because that's how I am. Even if I'm not winning, I love seeing other people win, and I love pumping them up for the win. And so I love that mindset. So The player of the week is the Dodgers. All of them.
Well, and that's a good point also because the last time we sat here, we were kind of coming out of a losing streak. So we're, coming back. Yeah, we didn't play our best against the Mets and we lost that series, but we're about to play them again and some really good teams. So I'm excited to see what we do.
Really quick, I wonder if Kenley Jansen welcomed CT3 and it was a fun reunion.
I bet it was.
That's cool.
I wish someone caught it on camera. I love seeing them reunited. At least they're together. Oh, and Tyler Anderson, former pitcher. He's good. He's good for the Angels.
So, yeah.
I picked Will Smith because, duh. He's amazing. Leading batting average in MLB with runners in scoring position.
Was it last week that his bobblehead?
Every time he gets up to the plate, he gets a hit, moves guys over, hits a home run. He's been on fire.
You guys went to the bobblehead week or bobblehead game. Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that game.
That was last Thursday.
Yeah, I do.
How was it for you?
No comment.
Didn't they end up winning that game?
Yes.
Yeah,
They did?
Teo.
Oh, yeah,
Teo
we
hit a
did
3-run
win.
home run to center field.
I was like, wait, that was like a win-win on both.
Bottom of the
I'm
8th.
here for it.
Oh, game update. Game update.
Ooh, please be good. Please be good.
Dodgers 4-2.
Oh.
Bottom of the 8th, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Wait. Who's up?
The bottom of the 8th, so Cleveland is.
Oh, Cleveland's up.
Oh, no, we don't like that. There's no outs? Who's pitching?
Tanner Scott, but he might get pulled.
No. Man, something's up with him. I think he's injured. I think something's hurting and he's not wanting to tell anyone because they need him so bad. But with how he's been playing, and he is so good. Remember him last year for the Padres?
He's
I
not
think
doing
something's
too well
up.
debunking this theory people have about him.
Well, I don't know.
I wonder how that is.
What theory?
Because he came from San Diego.
Oh, that he's
And Conforto.
that he's
Well,
doing this
Conforto-
on purpose.
Yeah. Well, he
No,
came
Conforto seems to love being a Dodger.
No, totally. I think Scott does too. I actually am not saying that, but I'm
Scott.
curious.
Oh, Tanner. I'm like, wait, what?
They did not pull him. He's back to pitching.
Okay.
Did they score?
Do we turn it on?
No, it was a mound visit.
I think we should turn it on.
Well, wrap up the episode and then we can.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's the same. But I wonder really quick, like when you come from a rivalry team, I mean, I'm sure it's like this, you kind of, now you don't hate the other teams, but kind of, like, I wonder what that's like to get like all of a sudden, when you get traded. But I don't think you can't really talk crap to someone getting traded to the Dodgers.
Who was that one pitcher that we had just called up? And I was asking you, Adam, was it Lou Trevino?
Lou Trevino. Well, I don't know if you're talking about that.
He was on the Giants, right?
He was.
So when they brought him up and they were asking him how he feels about being a Dodger, he was like, well, I've been kind of taught to hate the Dodgers. But obviously it was a Dodger reporter interviewing him. So they were like, well, what have you learned about the organization and stuff like that? And he's like, basically everything that I've heard about how great the organization is, how well they take care of the players, it's all true. So
I love that.
A great takeaway. But I do think about that when you're on another team. I thought about that when we got Blake Snell because he's played for Padres, Giants, Rays when we beat them in the World Series. And now he's a Dodger, but I think he loves being a Dodger, and I think he's coming back soon.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be kind of hard, but
Hopefully we get our 14 pitchers on the IL back.
that might change the game a little.
I think-
We're still number one.
Okay, I just got to say this. It is amazing that our team keeps winning with the amount of injuries we have. That is something to be said about our team.
Totally. We learned too, fun fact, I guess the Phillies have the best record in all of MLB, which is interesting.
Do they? Because the Tigers had the best record like a couple of days ago.
I checked it today and it said Phillies, but yeah. I don't
Phillies
think
have
it's
had a very good month.
They're always a good team.
But Tigers currently have a win on them, but Philly has a loss on them, so who knows? Basically, there's like 6 teams tied at the top. Yankees, Tigers, Phillies, Cubs, Dodgers. And then the Mets are right behind the Phillies.
Interesting.
Yikes. Game update.
No. I don't want to know.
Nolan Jones singles on a ground ball to left field.
Scores how many?
Scores 2. Game tied 4-4, bottom of the 8th.
We got a ball game.
2 on, 1 out.
Our guys are not letting Kersh down today. They're getting a win for him.
Well, he just lost the win, but you mean a win in the start.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go watch the end of the game to hope that what I just said comes true.
Yeah, we got the event coming up on the 30th, and then we got the Yankees, and then we got the Mets.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a fun week of Dodger baseball.
Yeah.
And we're going to be at Dodger Stadium a lot. So, guys, let us know when you're going. We'll put it on our stories, and we always like to see in our messages who responds back that's there and meet up with them and say hi.
Yeah, and let us know if any of you guys go on the 30th. We'd love to be able to meet up. We're going to be around.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing some interviews, but we're definitely going to come mingle with the fans, and it's going to be a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And make sure you're subscribing and following the podcast to make sure you're not missing any of the interviews that we put out over the next few weeks. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the 30th, we're going to be doing a number of interviews. We're unsure about how we're going to release those for sure yet. So make sure you're following and subscribing so you don't miss a beat.
Maybe we should do something like, if you go right now to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Spotify page, our Apple page, and then go comment on our latest video, I'll send you a Talk Dodgers to Me bag.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice thing.
All right, you just gave away a bag.
So?
Maybe.
Okay, go do it.
Yeah. We'll do a social clip on that so that we can pump it.
That's
All right.
the end of the social clip, what she just said.
Pump it. All right,
All right,
Dodgers.
go Dodgers.